Welcome, everyone. So good to see you back here. And in this masterclass here on rapid manifestation, we're going to go into the law of polarity and how it works. The most important part is the practical part, because I want you to be able to easily apply this law. And every time we harness and apply the laws of the universe, we align better, and then our life aligns very rapidly, because these things are actually quite simple once you understand it. Yet, with all the programming and the ways we've been taught in our culture and society of today, we've often learned the opposite, as you know, right? So I'm really excited to just dive in right away and start to share. And I'm going to start with a story. So before I start, I'm just going to show you a quick overview of what we're going to be doing today. So after a quick story, we're going to do a little water magic. So make sure you have a glass of water ready. And then after that, I'm going to share with you what the law of polarity is in essence, and how you can harness it. And then we're going to do an actual exercise. Part of it's journaling for a few minutes. And then after that, we're going to go into meditation and literally transcend polarity by going into each one of them and merging them into one, because they're really just two sides of the same coin. And then after we do that, we're going to talk about just going even deeper into the universal laws and mastering them, mastering alchemy, because when we do that, we become masters of vibration and just have the best life ever, and now can share that and create a more beautiful world without that polarity or duality, which a lot of people have the best intentions, but they keep creating more suffering or struggles or challenges for themselves and even for others, because they don't understand how polarity works. So this is a very important lesson I'm really excited to share with you. And then we're going to have a little bonus at the end. So make sure you stay. It's about 90 minutes for the whole experience here. And that's going to be with my good friend, Sarah D. Morel, who's going to give us an amazing activation. She's a powerful oracle and manifestation master. So stay tuned for that. All right, here we go. So polarity. This is one of the 7 alchemical laws. And there's other laws that I'm going to get into deeper as we keep doing these types of courses. But essentially, think of it like this, right? What's a polar opposite? Let's say hot and cold. So let's say you have a glass of water and it's cold, and then you put it in a pan, you heat it up, now it's hot. Are those really opposites, right? To our minds, you can say, oh yeah, it's a concept. Like I know when it's cold, I know when it's hot. But what's really happening is that it's the same water, and you're slowly raising the frequency of the water. It's starting to vibrate faster and faster, and it gets warmer, it gets hotter. So if we start to see things as a gradient instead of as black and white, that's when we can take our blinders off. And we're going to go deeper and deeper into this. There's many layers to this, right? So another one is, oh, good and bad, right? You can look back at an experience at that time. You could say, oh, this was one of the worst experiences of my life. I've had plenty of them. But then looking back, you can say, wow, thank God that happened to wake me up or to redirect me, on my spiritual journey, right? For me, I share of the psychiatrist. I had the best psychiatrist in Southern California, cost a fortune, put me on all these meds, made me worse and worse and worse. And then when I asked, about side effects, he just snapped at me and yelled at me and told me to just take it. And that was a very traumatic experience for him, because I put my health in his hands and I was getting worse and worse, and he didn't seem to care. And I was so hurt. I was so angry. I was like, this sucks. I gave him all my money. And then looking back, like that was the start of my spiritual journey, because I needed that experience to finally choose, I'm going to put my healing into my own hands, right? So how many of you have had that experience before, right? I'm sure many of you had. And we're going to open up the comments, because I'd love for you to share, right? Sometimes what was bad now is good, or vice versa. And so these are judgments in our mind. And when we judge something, then we can't go deeper and actually see the deeper truth. And we stay in that victim consciousness, right? So I'm starting to see some comments here. And yeah, it seems like this has happened a lot, right? So I want to do a quick exercise for a minute with you. I want you to take a breath, make a sigh, and we're just going to close our eyes for 60 seconds. And I want you to ask your intuition to show you, what is one of the most grateful experiences of your life? What is something that happened in your life? Maybe it's a person, maybe it's an experience that you feel so much gratitude for. So just choose one now, and I want you to feel it. Cycle that energy of gratitude throughout your body. Can you make it even stronger? Can you move that feeling of gratitude throughout your whole body? Can you give yourself permission to smile, to really enjoy that feeling? Let's take one more breath. Feeling it, feeling it, feeling it, stronger and stronger. Okay. Now let's open our eyes. Were you able to stay with that feeling for a minute? Were you able to actually feel better just from reliving that experience? You know, what's cool is that one of my friends, he's one of the top coaches in the world. He coaches some of the top billionaires and founders. And he tells everyone to do this in the morning because what gratitude does is it creates a quantum bridge. This bridge allows you to magnetize more of that energy. So when you go and live stream that energy, you're going to start manifesting more and more of that positivity. Because when we're being instead of wanting or needing, right? When we're just choosing and claiming that frequency now by just reliving it, we are now collapsing the polarity. And I'm going to explain how this works. It's really important. But first, we're going to do a little magic. So go ahead and grab your glass here. I have one right here. And if you're open to experience a little magic and to receive a blessing in your water that will shift its vibration, then just say yes. And then go ahead and close your eyes for a minute. Now start to feel the energy in your hand. Can you feel a sensation? And when you're ready, I want you to take a sip of this water. Tell me if it tastes different. Tell me if it feels different. Notice what happens in your body. So we're going to open the chat now, and I'd love to hear your experience. Tingles, cleaner tasting, healing energy, clarity, tastes better. Amazing. A lot of people are saying it tastes pure and more clear. And that's because the intention for this exercise here was to create that energy beyond polarity, beyond duality, because it's going, like in the Bible, from the tree of good and evil, right, which got people out of heaven, to the tree of life, which is that non-dual space where we're just being. We return to innocence. So a lot of you are feeling it right away, but it's designed to go deeper and deeper into your system over the next few hours, especially in the next few minutes as we go into this meditation here. So enjoy the ride, because this is the frequency of moving beyond polarity, moving beyond judgment, and returning back to innocence. So this is just a little taste of what's possible when we go into that non-dual state, right? For me, I was just being. I'm like, okay, I'm connected to all the waters. This is the energy. I'm not trying to manifest it. I'm not wanting to. I'm just being it. And when you be it, it shifts the entire timeline of reality instantly. And they've done so many studies on this, right? Some of you might have heard of a study where they took a lot of old men and put them in a monastery. And for 5 days or so, they had magazines and movies that were from the past. And they basically just pretended to be younger versions of themselves. And only after 5 days, just by pretending to be younger and talking about it, Many of them were taller, their health has improved, their blood markers, they were happier, they just looked younger. There's so many things that happen. It's pretty mind-blowing. And it's because instead of, trying or being like, oh, I wish I was younger, I'm going to try to fix myself. I need to go to the doctor and heal myself and do all these treatments. Like, no, I'm just going to play. I'm just going to imagine like it's there now, right? So in that energy of play, there's so much power there. And this is how we manifest. In the Bible, you say, ask and you shall receive, right? But they took out the part where they tell you how to actually do it. Let your heart and mind be one. Why is this important? Because you're creating an electromagnetic field. Your thoughts are electric, your heart is magnetic. And when you put them together, they've done studies where you've shifted reality instantly by combining those two things. So envelop yourself in your desire, right? Like we did with the gratitude, just feel it move through your body. That's already shifting your manifestations. So what if we do that every day? Just like we go to the gym, we know if we go to the gym every day, we're going to get stronger. We're going to be more fit. We're going to be healthier. So what if we spend a few minutes every day working out our frequency and choosing to be what we want instead of just asking for what we want? This is the power of transcending polarity, because we are already everything. And we only believe that we're limited. We're like, oh, I'm kind of lazy. I'm this, I'm a victim, because we're stuck in all these polarities and these identities that are limiting us. And when we choose to just be it, it changes the quantum field, because the quantum field is a reflection of your vibration. That's what life is. It's the ultimate school. So here's an example. When you say, I want love, I want to find a partner, right? What is that actually doing? It magnetizes the opposite. This is how polarity works. It's mind-blowing. And most people, even people on a spiritual path for decades, don't realize this, right? When you say, I want love, you're telling the universe, I don't have love. I am not love. And that creates scarcity, the experience of not having it. And that's why so many people try to manifest for decades and they still don't, over and over again. Or maybe they get a relationship and then it's a narcissist. And that, is an example of, okay, well, there's a cognitive dissonance there, because do you feel worthy of being fully respected and loved and supported? Maybe you didn't have that as a child. So it's time to shift that frequency and give it to yourself. Once we do that, we can quickly break the bonds of polarity and transcend it into oneness. When we become one with ourselves more and more, we can become one, aka manifest whatever it is we're becoming one with. So it's a beautiful gift life gives us as soon as we finally decide, boom, I am a part of this. So here's another way of saying it. Thank you for all the love in my life. Thank you for, even if you don't seem to have it yet, right? Thank you for the partner of my dreams. Oh my God, that feels so good. What if you just did that for a few minutes every day, and not just clearly thinking about it, but feeling it like it's already done? That's the key. When you do that, when you have gratitude for something that hasn't happened yet, it happens, because you're building a quantum bridge, which is basically gratitude, such a powerful frequency. And that magnetizes more love, that exact love that you're calling, that you're choosing to be right now by just expressing it. And most people are like, well, the money's not in my bank account, or I haven't met them yet. So are you saying that you're a slave to your environment? You're waiting for the mirror to smile before you smile? It's never going to smile until you smile, because life is a mirror, right? So it's about exercising that muscle and choosing to stream that energy and just get excited and feeling grateful for it. And that is one of the biggest keys to manifestation and living a beautiful life, and also waking up, because we realize that we're not slaves to our environment. The environment is just a delayed mirror of our frequencies of the present and the past. And when we really choose to harness it, miracles happen. And this is true even if you're having all this stuff happen to you. I've been in dark nights of the soul where, like, when it rains, it pours. Like, oh my God, like I had to move out of my home, and then I had a breakup, and then I got mold. Like, all these things happen at once. And then you realize, you know what, you're just on the wrong stream, because you're focused on all these things that you're doing wrong, or that are wrong in your life. And that's a judgment, right? And when that happens, you're just quickly manifesting more and more of that same vortex. But you can very rapidly shift to a different stream, even if the environment seems like, oh my God, things are going really bad. And it's by gratitude. It's by choosing, okay, I'm going to refocus my energy. Boom. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. And very quickly, you'll start to see that glitches will happen and reality will very quickly shift into more of your preference, of more of what your deeper dreams and heart is really aligned to, instead of your subconscious, the programming of your past. So this is the way to really shift your reality very quickly, by using gratitude. And it's by realizing we're not separate from it. We are one with everything. And so we can instantly choose that frequency. And that reflects the mirror of reality back to us very rapidly. All right, so let's do a little exercise. So go ahead and grab a pen and paper if you don't. And what I want you to do is choose an identity. It could be like, I'm a nice person. You know, for me, a lot of people call me the wizard. So I did this at a castle actually a week ago with my friend, Dr. Stephen Young. He led us through this exercise, an amazing alchemist. And so I chose, I'm a wizard. So here's an example of what I did. You know, here are a couple benefits of being a wizard. I've manifested incredible miracles all over the world, and it's led me to travel and meet amazing people and have a rich and beautiful life. So I want you to choose something you identify with, right? It could be anything, right? What's something positive of who you are, who you think you are, and list 3 to 5 benefits. We're just going to take a couple minutes to list these benefits out. So just finishing up with your last one, even if you just have a couple, it's fine. I just want you to feel, okay, what are the benefits of having this pull, this archetype? And when you're ready, I want you to now choose what is the opposite identity and do the same thing. What are a few benefits, 3 to 5 benefits of having this? So for me, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not a wizard. What if I'm not a wizard? Because in some ways I'm not, right? I've still, throughout my life, I had trouble manifesting basic things like relationships and health, right? I was on the autism spectrum. I had all these health issues. And what that did was it led me around the world to have the most mind-blowing experiences. If I was satisfied as a child, I probably would never have woken up and done all these things. And it's allowed me to just have incredible experiences. It's kept me humble. So here's some examples, right? So choose a few things. Let's let it come through you. What is the opposite polarity? And what are some benefits? And seeing where you're showing up that way. Or it can take a couple minutes. So we're going to open the chat here in a second, and I'd love to hear what came up for you, any realizations, any clicks. Because what's happening as we do this, and we're about to do a really powerful meditation, is as we go through each polarity, we realize the illusion of, oh, they're not actually opposites. I learned that my past is one huge gift. We are winning either way. Wow, amazing. I love that. If I hadn't had a hard time in life, I wouldn't have become empowered. Exactly. Pain is the greatest catalyst for growth. This is so beautiful. I'm just loving these shares. Thank you so much for sharing these incredible realizations. And it's okay if you just had a few. You can always do more. I recommend if you only got a couple or so, finish this later and just write a few more, because you're going to get so many clicks, right? This is what happens when we transcend polarity. This is just one of many poles that we might still have in our subconscious that we think are opposite. They're actually creating judgment, and the judgment blocks us from innocence. The innocence, the childlike innocence, is the key to enlightenment, the key to manifest our dreams and so much more. Wow. I went through what I thought was the worst ever experience in my life, only to find it was the biggest blessing. Oh, wow. Incredible shares. So what we're going to do next is a little meditation. And in this meditation, we're going to go back and forth between feeling the polarities of this exercise, of what you just chose, to go even deeper. And then we're going to take a few minutes. We're going to hold our breath as long as we can. And then we're going to take a few minutes. Whenever you want, you can release it. Do your best to keep it, though, as long as you can, so you can go deeper if you really break through the mind telling you to release it, right? Break through the ego. And then in those few minutes afterwards, there's going to be a really powerful space that's created within you of non-duality. And in that space, miracles happen, insights, all sorts of things, energies. So we're going to go, I'm going to guide you through the first part, and then we're going to have a few minutes where I'm going to play some music that's going to catalyze you to go deeper and actually experience the state, which is going to offer you some clicks. So I want you to take a few seconds. You can either sit or lay down. This is just going to be a short meditation. Close your eyes and fully relax, and we're going to dive in. Just relaxing and closing your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Make a sigh. One more of those. Just fully relax. Release the tension in your body. We're going to imagine a beautiful golden light coming from the heavens of divine energy, like a waterfall starting to pour on the crown of your head, opening into the divine, smiling and letting this golden light in through your crown, into your mind, into your brain, realigning it, cleansing it. Use your breath, breathing in through the nose, golden energy as it enters your head, exhaling black or brown energy, any tension out of your mouth into the earth. Let the golden light move down into your throat and neck. Breathe in deeper golden light, letting the divine perspective in to your heart. And exhaling any tension, any judgment, any thoughts. Good. And even deeper, pull it all the way into your belly. Let the golden light open all your energy centers and releasing any last tension, down your feet into the earth as your whole body gets filled with golden divine energy now. Take a moment to call in your angels and guides to entrain your mind to adopt the non-dual perspective. If you'd like, take a moment and just speak to them out loud or in your head and ask them to align you with this divine perspective now. Take one deep breath, make a sigh, and feel yourself shift into that realm of innocence where all is perfect, where all is working for you. So let's begin. We're going to take a minute and we're going to feel the identity that you chose at the beginning, that positive identity, and all the benefits of it, and feel gratitude. So take a few breaths and focus on that first part of the exercise and all the benefits that came from it, and let yourself feel it deeper and deeper with every breath. Let yourself truly feel it in your heart. Take a deep breath, release that energy, and prepare to feel the opposite polarity now. The second part of the exercise, what is the opposite of that? And how did that benefit you? Focus on that now and feel the benefits, feel the gratitude. Remember how it served your mission, how it's gotten you here. Everything you've asked for, this has prepared you for. Take a deep breath and release. Now let's shift back to the first polarity. And we start to realize, as we feel it, that there is really no positive or negative. So feel that benefit one more time, that first polarity, part one. Feel the benefits, breathe it in. Really feel it. Breathe it out. Good, and let's shift one more time to the second part, second polarity. Feel the benefits of that one more time, even deeper. What else is coming? Take a deep breath and breathe it out. One more time. Let's go to the first polarity. Just feel it. See what happens. Now go to the second polarity. Feel the benefits again. One more time to the first polarity. Feel it. And to the second polarity. Feel the benefits. And to the first polarity. And to the second polarity. Now take a deep breath. Breathe out all your air. Fully empty your lungs. All the way, all the way. Now take a deep breath in. Fill up your lungs completely. Hold your breath. Breathe in a little bit more air, filling it up even more. Hold your breath as long as you can. I want you to tighten your fists and focus on your heart, realizing your heart is infinite, telling your heart to open to the universe, surrendering to all that is. Hold your breath as long as you can and let it happen. completely surrendering the innocence into you. Remember who you are, the infinite and eternal. Take one deep breath and make a sigh, fully relaxing. Taking a minute to gently return to the physical realm, integrating this new freedom into every cell. When you're ready, you can gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently return. You take a minute to journal. Feel free to share your experience in the chat. Welcoming yourself back. Beautiful shares. Wow. Mm. Lots of people cried, lots of people feeling the oneness, that there's no separation. They merge, exactly. Yes. The polarity seemed to vanish. Exactly. And this is recorded, so you can always do this again. This is just a little taste of what happens when you transcend and harness one of these universal laws, right? This is the basics of reality. And right, you're just feeling the benefits now, but imagine what's going to ripple out in your life when you apply this, because this is when we are in polarity, we manifest the opposite. And man, I wish I knew this earlier, but that was part of the journey for me, right? So it's all perfect in the end. But it's so important now that you are aware of this, you remember this information to apply it, right? There's no need to want anything anymore. It's just about you choosing it now, to be grateful for it, because you are the creator. You are not the victim of your environment. The environment is a reflection of who you're choosing to be in this moment. And who you choose to be has nothing to do with your past, unless you want it to. You can choose a new timeline. I was partially brain dead, autistic, suicidal. I could barely function. I couldn't make eye contact. And, I'm still human. I still have a ways to go, but it's day and night difference by shifting my timelines many times, by using this law many times. And this is just one of the many laws of reality that you want to remember, because they all work together in tandem to help you become a master of vibration. And this is why we're here. We're all here to become masters of alchemy, because this is the school of reality. This is the school of life. And love is the greatest lesson. So I'm really appreciating all these beautiful shares. And thank you so much for journeying with me and this little taste of what's possible. So I'd love to introduce you to learning and discovering, which is really just remembering, because you already know it inside of you, the 7 universal laws and other sub-laws and techniques that are designed to rapidly awaken you and manifest your dreams in just 3 months. So I'm just going to share a few minutes of this, and then we're going to go to Sarah, who has a deeper activation for you in just a few minutes. So this is a 3-month container, but you have this for life. And what I decided to do a few days ago when I meditated is to actually redo most of it, because so much new information came through and new paradigms. So we're actually redesigning the vast majority of this course. And it's 6 modules to take you through from purification to aligning with all parts of yourself, your higher self, your inner child, to then aligning all the aspects of your life, to then mastering the divine perspective and the universal laws, which then help you master rapid manifestation, which should give you the protocol I use all the time to create miracles. And it has all these meditations in it. Actually, there's going to be even more than what's listed now. And we're having 24 live sessions. These are optional, but this is me and Sarah and some other special guests, including a master alchemist that's going to be on to give you some special bonus rituals and activations, get you excited, answer your questions, and support you one-on-one. So you have lots of one-on-one laser coaching or oracle intuitive guidance sessions for you in these groups throughout the program. And what's cool is that you actually get a lot of benefits when you align with universal laws. This is just from our first group, which we've improved so much, right? The first time I did this, 78% on average increase in their abundance, for example. 100% said it positively changed their life. This is for anyone that completed the actual course and did the 6 modules. It's really not a lot of time, but it's really powerful. In our last group, you can watch on the website here, someone said their cancer markers went down. They got a grant approved for $1.5 million and they never had a grant, wrote a grant before and knew what they were doing. We have people that have transformed their lives, their relationships, met the love of their life. And it's just from you aligning with yourself and the universal laws. And the bonuses we have are incredible. We have all of my Rolodex of masters and supplements and psychics and herbs and potions that I include. And we have a lifetime community. People meet the love of their life there too. They travel to Egypt. There's all this magical stuff that happens in the community. And one of the coolest things that happens is they learn their blueprint. They learn more about, from the astrology and the stars, what their arc of their life is, so they can really harness that. My favorite is the lifetime coaching, because you literally get twice a month, often with me and sometimes with other coaches that are incredible, laser sessions with whatever you need, your business, love life, anything that's coming up, we can tune in and support you for life. We have that just by joining, and that's free, of course. So just wanted to let you know, you can go on to dreamporting.com/raw and you can try the first module for free. And if it doesn't blow you away, you can get your money back. And we now have financing options. So we have payment plans, and it can be really small payments over years if you qualify for financing. Otherwise, we can make smaller payment plans for you. And you can reach out to us. And if you want to learn more, see if it's for you, you can get on a free call with us, and our specialists will help to answer your questions and share what they recommend and see what's right for you. We have, this is starting in 2 weeks, by the way, under 2 weeks. So we just have a few of these bonuses left. You get an extra private 1-hour session with one of our master Dreamporting coaches, and a month in our community of Dreamporting U, which has all of our smaller classes and lots of live activations, coaching, psychics every week that come on, answer any question you have. It's like a gym for your soul. So we just have a few of those left. If you sign up, or if you book a call with us today, if you're on the fence and then you end up joining, we'll honor this bonus for you as well. So either way, you'll find the links at dreamporting.com/RA. And I would love to take you deeper. You're basically going to learn and master the universal laws and implement in your life while just learning how to precisely manifest. And it's so cool what happens sometimes within the first few weeks, but often, by the end of the 3 months, and then you obviously have this for life and could just keep going and now get one-on-one support for life in these calls that happen twice a month after you're done with this, and access the meditations or go through the rituals. The rituals are some of my favorite parts. We really do some ancient rituals that I found in ancient textbooks that are inspired by them, and also new ones that have come channeled for all sorts of things, from really clearing, shifting situations in your life rapidly, purifying yourself, manifesting a specific person, whether it's a partner or an assistant or a best friend. We have all sorts of fun rituals like that that are included as well. So Sarah's going to come on here in just a moment, but for those asking, these are the basic offerings that we have. So we have this 3-month container, but a lot of people like getting the bundle because we also have a certification where you can learn to be an alchemist and share this with others, whether you're new or seasoned at energy healing, coaching, etc. We support you, and we give you bonus support to blow up your practice and support you and have more abundance and make a bigger impact, which is most important, and teach you the 3 different systems that I've channeled through and what I use. And then we also have our monthly membership. And the last thing I'll share real quick is the retreat that we're doing here at my house. And pretty soon, it's coming up, I think, in less than 2 months. And it's designed to just completely awaken your superpowers or gifts, your psychic abilities, and help you manifest. It's just a really gamified, fun, experiential, deep retreat. And you can find more info on that called Awaken Your Magic. It goes to dreamporting.com/Austin, AUSTIN. So those are the main offerings that we have. So I'm just going to open it up to some questions real quick. If anyone has questions while Sarah's getting ready to come on, I'm just really excited to have her and I share all of these findings and co-creations with you. She's about to share really powerful channeling coming through to really just take us all here to the next level. Yes, so if you've already been through Raw, you're automatically going to get all of these upgrades for free. And we do have a special deal. If you want to join us live, then we're giving you a mega discount as well. So you can reach out to us if you're interested, Kat. And yes, if you've already signed up, then you get all the bonuses. So I'm glad some of you are signing up here already. And it's going to be a really amazing group. I feel like this is going to be the best thing I've ever done because it's a bunch of new stuff that's coming through. And it's really just mind-blowing and simplifying it and adding a lot of exercises so you can apply each of these qualities. All right, I think Sarah is on, so we're going to shift it to her, and then I'm going to be answering a lot more of your questions right after she goes. So stay tuned if you have any questions. I would love to support you with that. So one moment, please, as Sarah comes on.
Hello. Hello, beautiful friends and family. I'm sure this activation and having Daniel has been hopefully eye-opening. Hello, sisters. Hello, brothers. If you guys have been on with me before, I can't help myself. I got to go through the pictures. Hi, guys. Look at your hearts and your energy. Yeah, Mateo. I love the waves. Hello, Donja. Oh, Susie, you guys got smiles going. I love it. Coming through. I'm sure you guys already said where everybody's from, but if you guys were on the last call, I love that Daniel brings people in from all over the world. It's an international play session. All right, you guys ready? Yeah, some new activations, a little bit different from last time. It's interesting how every time I come to play with you guys, there's a different feed that's coming through me and what people need to hear. I love it. I see the chats. Hi, guys. So today I'm going to lightning bolt activate you guys. There's a reason I wear this hat. It's because multiple prophets have said that I'm like God's lightning bolt. I come in and I push a button. And so I want you guys to imagine in this moment, I want you to feel your solar plexus. Just feeling that energy that is coming through for you. This is the moment where I am going to give you an activation of really radical self-responsibility and a move in your life. That today you take a massive action step. Today you rise up for the things that you want in your life. I hope you can you feel it? Jump into it? So in my life, it has been from ex-drug addict stripper to now building mini cities around the world and investments all over. My health is perfect. I used to be classified disabled. And I say that because, again, those of you who are not on our last call, I just want you to know it doesn't matter where you are in this moment. It doesn't matter what you've done before. It doesn't matter the past. And right here, right now, and today, I want you guys to make a vow for yourself that you are responsible, that no one else is going to do this for you. No one else is going to fix it. There's the one. And you know who the one is? It's you. It's you. It took me crawling off the floor in my own vomit, unable to help myself, to say, I'm done with this life. You have to have what I call a healthy hate for where you are stuck. Do any of you guys feel a healthy hate right now, or just there's place in your life that you're stuck? Yeah. Carmel Beatty, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Yeah. There are parts of our life that we are just done with. Can you guys feel that? Like, where in your life are you done? Done. I'm done, whatever that is. I want you to write it down right now or put it in the chat. What are you done with? What are you done with? Is it being alone? Is it being not having the education you want? Is it a health problem? Being broke, poor finances? Yes. Moping around? Yes. Not living my calling? Yes. Can I tell you they've done, I want more procrastinating. Yeah, gosh, isn't that our social media? The phone has got us smoking cigarettes. That was the hardest thing I ever quit, Mateo, and I did it. I did it. I love this. Done with anger. Yes. I mean, anger can be used also to activate us to where we want to go. So anger is like an electricity. We have been given our emotions in our body as a gift to get to where we want in our life. Emotions aren't to be something we have shame and guilt over. Done with narcissistic family. Oh, I can sign up for that. Yes, codependency. Yes, done, done, done. So I want you guys to write down healthy hate on your notepad. If you don't have a notepad, you better have a notepad. You got to write the notes, because this earthly realm gets us to do one thing. It's forget. So I want you to remember if you were on the call last time. I see some of you I saw last time. Love you guys. You need to remember because you're going to go off in your world and you're going to forget. So I want you to remember, and I want you to write down the healthy hate for that thing you're stuck with. Done with the unworthiness. Yes. Done with the selfishness. Yes. Yes. Can you feel it? Done. You need to get a healthy hate. You need to get a healthy hate for the thing you don't want anymore in your life. They've done studies with ex-military, and there was one defining difference between those who basically end up homeless and those who rose up to do something different in their life. And even in this was also done in war camps, situations where they're like we have going on right now in the Middle East, in Ukraine and Israel. The single factor that they noticed is the people who had purpose were the people who got up, who said, I'm done with this. I'm done with whatever it is. Or they got up because they had somebody they loved. They got up because they had children. Those are actually one of the largest factors, is those who had children. They had to push aside their emotions and they went through whatever the difficulty was to get to where they needed to go. And I think many of you have probably read the book or know of the story of the Holocaust survivor who found joy as in the camps. So there really is no excuse in your life. There's no excuse in your life to not find joy now. My third mom is blind, and she went blind in her 40s. Can you guys imagine waking up in your 40s and going blind? Then she wrote 10 books. Blind. And she traveled the world blind, and she left her abusive husband blind. How many of us can say that we're facing something to that magnitude? I'm sure there's probably many of you that have gone through a lot of difficulty. I'm here with you. But can you look at whatever is in your life right now that you consider an obstacle or is stopping you from the thing that you desire and say, I am done. Exactly. I'm done with my health issues. Done. I'm done. And you take that healthy hate like electricity and you use it to where you want to go. I'm flipping through the pictures because I want to see the faces. I love seeing the notes going. I love the energy. This is one of the greatest tools that you have as a human. Your emotion is electricity for you to use. I was legally blind and a single mother of 6. Yes. So then Michelle, single mother of 6 and blind. My third mom was a single mom of 2. And I mean, these are whenever you're going through, there's the guy, how many of you guys know the guy with no arms, no legs? Nick. His name is Nick. Anybody seen this guy? No arms, no legs. Yeah. Some of you have. This is the man going around the world teaching as a public speaker. And I don't know if you guys know it, public speaking is one of the highest paid professions that exist. It's like 300,000 an hour you can get paid. No arms, no legs. He's doing great. It comes down to one factor: determination. Determination. You are the one. No one else can do it for you. I was the one. I grew up in a house of victimhood, rightfully so. There was a lot of sexual abuse. And I understood why my family was the way that they were. Bless their heart. I love them. I know they love the best they could. Yeah, Nick Vouget. Anyways. And so I understand victimhood. I lived in it. Sexual assaults, drive-by shootings, high-speed chases with police, classified disabled. I understand. But I hope you guys take whatever Daniel gave you today on the call and you take it very seriously for your life. And you really, really integrate that you are the one. And with the tools given to you today, with the pep talk of Sarah, your lightning bolt, I want you to roar. You guys are on mute. Can you roar right now, or how? Are you in a place where you can like literally get it out? Feel the activation in your solar plexus. Let it come up through your body, the strength that exists inside of you. Feel that and head towards whatever it is that you want in your life. You have to give 100%. I work with ancient secrets masters. It's a lineage that's almost 2,500 years old. We take the blind and help them see. We take people in wheelchairs to walk. Autism cured, cancer cured. They're based out of India. And I have watched people transform their life over and over and over and over. But one of the things, it's a single factor again into it, is that they have to be 100% on board. There's some sort of, and Daniel can probably attest to this, there's some sort of energetic that happens in your life when you have decided to put 100% in. It's almost like God, the universe, has no choice but to respond. It has to answer. So you give 100%. And then a second key I'm going to give you guys. So healthy hate, give 100%. I want you to write it down. Write it down, set the alarms, let this into your body. I want you, when you're off this phone, I want you to dance. I want you to roar. I want you to let it out and get the healthy hate. I want you, the other one is of service. When I started getting trained by my masters, they made me go clean public toilets. Half the time in my life, I'm living in castles. Like I got 1 foot barefoot and 1 foot high heel. I do a lot of work with orphans around the world. A lot of work with homeless, but I fly around and I'm in castles a lot. I like my castles. And I got told I had to go clean public toilets. And I put that ego down and I went and cleaned the public toilets, and something profound happened in my life. I realized the love and connection on a deeper level, and the humility and understanding that you give 100% to cleaning that bathroom. How can we give 100% in our lives to being of service and towards your dream? And yeah, intergenerational traumas. Yeah, a few of you wrote that. It's really real. That trauma, science has proven that epigenetics is adopted into our memory. So epigenetics is the study of how from one family to another family member, when you birth another, or like a child down the lineage, how those memories are adopted into our cells. They really are. And so when Daniel talks about going somatically to heal yourself, I can't stress that enough. I have done somatic work where my vision was taken and I was my mother getting sexually abused by her father. I don't know, I know of this, but I was in this moment where I could see that happening over and over because it was somatically in my body, born of her. So yes, somatic healing is so important, guys. I love the comments here. You guys feeling it? I want hands up, raising up, hand on the heart, moving the body. It is you. Yes, it is you. You are the one. and you have the power. And I don't know if I said this on the last call, but I want you to remember Harry Potter. The woman who wrote Harry Potter. Do any of you guys, can you put in the chat how old she was when she wrote Harry Potter? It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what health problem you have right now. Snap your fingers if you want healed. Yes, in her 50s, exactly. She was in her 50s. Now look at her. She's a millionaire. I hope that you come along for Daniel's mastermind. I am a part of it, and I'm going to be teaching you guys ancient secrets that can heal anything you want in your life. I specialize in helping to teach people how to create abundance and wealth unimaginable. I teach people how to entertain the irrational. A few years ago, I was on food stamps, and now I'm building many cities around the world. I have investments all over. I'm the first woman in my lineage without a man to own her own home. My credit score is perfect. My health is perfect. And these are the secrets that I'm going to teach you. The channeled wisdom and ancient secrets. You are so deeply loved. So deeply loved. Not a little, a lot, a lot. I hope you hold your hand on your heart and you feel and tell yourself, I love you. You want to love yourself like your life depends on it. That's the key to this. Love yourself to do something about it. Love yourself to be the one to do something about your life. Love yourself to take what he taught you today and do something with it. Someone just wrote, I'm done with people pleasing. Ready, everybody? Write this down. When the people pleaser in me dies, the God in me will arise. When the people pleaser in me dies, the God in me will arise. What's interesting is it says there's 11 pages. And so what I see in front of me is 111, which is my birth numbers. What I want to tell you guys, born on All Saints Day in St. Joseph in a Saint Christian hospital, given two names that mean of God and devoted to God. I have a deep connection with God, and I can feel the angels. They're the ones who activated me this morning to give you lightning bolt. They said, this is what you needed. They're here with you. They're here with us. And this is the message. The world needs you. The kids around the world need you. The people who are lonely need you. The people suffering need you. You need you to do something about it. I love you guys. I'm so grateful that you came today. I hope I get to see so much more of you. Please, please know I really believe in you. I really believe in you. And I don't know, I think Daniel comes back on to answer questions. So hold in your heart. You guys have got this. I think he's coming on. In the meantime, we can ask questions if we don't get them. We're waiting for Daniel. So if you guys have questions in the chat. Oh, there he goes. Okay, bye, guys.
Thank you so much, Sarah. That was incredible. Wow. Just glowing from that, right? She's amazing. One of my best friends. And I'm really glad you got a little taste of her magic if you haven't before. And I'm opening it up to questions now. So if you have a question, I'll do my best to answer as many as we can here in the chat for a few minutes. And, you know, the last thing I'll say is just to integrate this, right? See how you can start watching the different judgments that come into your mind. Like, this person's good, this person's bad, right? When we release that, what happens when we release judgment and polarity? We get discernment. What happens when we go from the duality in the mind to the non-dual in the heart? We free ourselves, and we don't have to keep playing out these patterns with different relationships, with the feast and famine and scarcity and all of these things, because we are everything. We are abundant because that is our natural state of being everything. So I'm really excited for you to play with this. Remember, it's all in you. And you can do this on your own. You can do this with support. But either way, when you really prioritize it, miracles happen. And if you do want to at least try out risk-free. Would love to have you join our mastermind starting in just a few days here and get all of the extra bonuses. You can sign up for a free call. And like I said, we have financing for a lot of Europe, Canada, US. And if you don't qualify, then we can even give you really special payment plans. So don't worry if you feel like you can't afford it right now. We'd love to work with you and do our best. So that's a great way to just email us. If you're like, hey, I'd love to join, here's my situation, or you can sign up for a free call and you can just learn everything you want and get all the buttons for whether you want to join now or just get on a call or ask more questions. Just go to dreamporting.com/raw and would really love to connect with you. Or you can email us at info@dreamporting.com. Someone's asking, which days will the calls be? So we're going to alternate it, and we're actually taking a poll to see when most people can join. So we haven't fully decided yet, but we're probably going to do some weekends, some weekdays, and we're going to do it at different times because we have people from India, we have people in Europe, we have people from the US. So we do it at times so that, the most important part is that you can at least join a good amount of the live calls, because you're going to have the recorded meditations and content that you could just do when you want. And then when you're ready for live support with any questions you have, any one-on-one support you need, then we have times all throughout the week and at different times so that we have things for all time zones. We'll definitely send this recording out. Someone's asking in a few hours. You can go deeper. Someone's asking, how can we tell ourselves that we're worthy of all? Well, part of it is just doing this work, right? With polarities, as you keep dissolving these different polarities, you're basically dissolving the limits that are tricking you into believing there's something wrong with you, or that you need to impress someone by getting a Gucci bag or changing how you look to be worthy of love, right? So the key here is just realizing it's all an illusion. We just got to clean our screen. And that's why the first module is all purification. We're just doing a deep squeezing of all of these illusions. And what accelerates it, because this work can take years, is by using your angels. Because when you open to the angels, you get instant results when you really open up to it. So this is a mix of the mystical, where we're going to be using ancient hermetic magical traditions with the logical and practical in order to combine it to allow you to have the fastest results and the deepest results. Because I've been playing around with this for 15 years myself and experimenting with thousands and thousands of people all over the world. So this is the culmination of everything I've learned. And it's just amazing how fast it goes when you really just allow it to and put in a little bit of work. It doesn't take a lot of time, but it's really about that little consistency. Just like you're growing a garden in 3 months, if you're consistent with it, a lot of people look different, their faces change. And, we're not focused on health as much in the physical body in this course, but 50% of people polled in the different classes say that they had a significant big upgrade in their health by the end of the 3 months, just because you're aligning more with yourself and the universal laws, which is really cool. So why do I keep procrastinating doing my business project? That's a great question. Procrastination is when we have a duality, right? There's a part of us, like our conscious minds, it's like, okay, I really want to do this. Or maybe it's the opposite, right? It's like your subconscious telling you, you need to make money doing this. But your conscious mind's like, your soul is like, oh, I don't really want to do this. This isn't fun. So find out which is which, first of all, right? And it's about making them one, because when you're aligned with your skill and what you're really guided to do, and you tune into like what's still in the way, and it's often just stuff from childhood. That's maybe, your program, you had a bad time with your family or in school, and that's projected onto now because it's not resolved. So you want to resolve those issues and become best friends with your inner child and your higher self. And that's module 2. Once we purify ourselves, we really master that. So that's really important, because that's going to end procrastination in a really big way. And, for me, that was literally all I was doing was procrastinating. And I was driving with the brakes on. And it's just redefining our relationship, because we're just echoing the stuff that's happened in the past that's not resolved, period, right? And so we want to just realign that. And you can do it really fast when you know the universal laws, because now see what happened in that meditation for so many of you, right? That was only a few minutes long. So we go through all the universal laws. We give you exercises for each, and then so many other initiations and magic along with it, right? That's just a small part of the course. How do we open to the angels? Well, if you want to join us for module 1, you will see, because we go into that right away. We have an ancient ritual to connect you with your guardian angel. And that for me is the #1 spiritual tool I've ever learned, because it protects your energy. It helps you manifest. It guides you. It's like a walkie-talkie to help you discern and connect with everything else. So, but basically you need to purify yourself because, like one of the masters I train with said, he's like, you can call the angels all you want, but if you're deaf, how is it going to work? You're not really deaf. It's just that there's stuff over your ears or there's mud on your windshield, right? You need to clear yourself enough. And there's physical clearing, there's emotional clearing, there's mental clearing, there's spiritual clearing. And we want to work on all of those to be a clean instrument for the divine. And it's worth it because when we clean our instrument, so many miracles happen. It's just, isn't it amazing to imagine like, oh, I can instantly get the answer to anything, or I can ask and things happen, right? And if you go to our website, you can see so many people, students in months, people that barely had any money and now they learn to work with angels and they keep getting it. It keeps happening within days often, right? They ask for something and it just comes to them because the angels can really help you accelerate that process and accelerate your alignment. Because when you entrain, when you surrender to that energy, you're shifting to the universal laws. So it's kind of a hack to help you download that energy instead of trying to do it on your own, right? So it's really just, the divine is really just an aspect of you that you get to reconnect with because there's really no separation. So as we harness those universal laws, you realize it's very easy and simple to connect with angels, for example, because they're already connected with you. There's just limiting beliefs and paradigms and perspectives that are separating you in an illusion, and you can quickly release those because it's all an illusion. So any tips for self-acceptance? Yeah, which, harnessing that energy of the divine mother, of just realizing that, anything you're not accepting, right? You can use this exercise we just did of the polarity and look at all the benefits that it helped you with, right? It's kept you humble. Maybe it brought you on the spiritual path. It's helped you meet me or other people perhaps that might support you, right? So start making a list and you're going to release the judgment, right? Judgment is the reason we're having trouble with self-acceptance. Then when you dissolve that illusion of judgment, you can really realize and feel that unconditional love for yourself. Self-love is the key to everything else, right? The best relationships, abundance, all of that. So it's all connected, and it all starts with you doing these exercises more to just clear the cobwebs, because you are already unconditional love. It's just that we had a veil placed upon us in this life. That's how life works in this world, so that we can learn and we can release those veils now very rapidly if we choose to. It's just about choosing you and making that a priority. So I'd love to support you deeper with that. And thank you, Jeannie, for sharing that. Jeannie was part of our last group, and it's been beautiful to see you evolve. And also to Eli, I appreciate that. Someone's asking about how to identify a block to manifesting. So it's about really choosing, like, what is your perspective, right? What are you asking for? Are you asking for abundance and saying, I want more money, or I want to get this job? You're pushing it away. You're actually, with polarity, the law of polarity, you're creating the opposite over and over again. So see, you can rewatch this. How am I creating a duality here, and shift to being it now, even if it's not in the bank account, right? Be it now, feel grateful for it. How does it feel? Cycle that through your body. Do that every day. And we have so many deeper exercises and activations to get you there fast in our Rapid Awakening program. So I'd love to have you give it a shot if you'd like to try it. Good to hear from you, Melinda. Thank you for that compliment. And someone's asking about financial challenges. Just reach out to us and we'd love to support you, right? We'd love to meet you halfway. Beautiful shares, beautiful, beautiful shares. Oh, thank you, Rana. Also, I really appreciate that. So many beautiful shares here. It's so good to reconnect with a lot of you from the last groups. I missed you guys. And just a reminder too, if you have done the Rapid Awakening before, we're going to give you all these upgrades for free. And if you want to join us live and experience Sarah and the coaching from me and Sarah and other amazing legends and an alchemical master that you can get one-on-one support with, then we're going to give you the whole thing too for a very, very, very small amount, just the majority of it off. So go ahead and reach out to us. We're just opening that up for a few more people if you want to join. Someone's asking about opportunities come and I decline because I feel scared to act. How can I change this? So it's really finding, this happens to a lot of us, right? There's a protector mechanism inside you. And when you were 5, for example, you had needs, and maybe you got yelled at and your mom was like, stop crying, or like, stop. And then you're like, okay, I need to stop needing things in order to be loved, and maybe in order to survive. Because when you're young, maybe your mind's like, okay, like she might leave me or she might not love me anymore. So what happens is you become a people pleaser. You become the nice guy or girl. And then your protector mechanism is like, oh, I don't need anything. I'm not going to share my needs with you, but I'm going to just make sure I know your needs and make you happy. So maybe indirectly, you might give me something I need in the future. But that creates a whole duality, right? That's another polarity that happens. It's a complex. So that could play out as like, okay, it's hard for me to accept support or opportunities because in the past, I had to close it down because I got yelled at and punished. So the little child in you is still playing that out. He or she thinks it's trying to protect you. You need to rewire that. We do that in module 2 because we're going to teach you a protocol to find and transform and alchemize all of these things very fast. When you know how to do it, right? Look how fast this little exercise worked. These things are quantum, right? Meaning they're near instant, because once you shift your perspective, once you realize what it is, it doesn't have power anymore, right? Once you realize that whatever problem you think you have is an illusion, and you can change the perspective instantly, not only does it shift inside of you and you feel a lot better, sometimes a huge amount better, but it quickly shifts the quantum field, which shifts reality because it's always reflecting that. It says, hard working through the old trauma and pain. What's your best advice for staying in trust and faith while the purifying is happening? Yeah, it can be hard. I'm not going to lie, Kate. We're all human, and sometimes it's hard for me when we go through these dark nights of the soul. So what happens is it's, the law of vibration. I don't want to give you too much information right now, but this is another kind of really cool thing that I love that we talk about in Raw. The law of vibration. So think about this, right? If you put 2 vibrations in the same space, the higher frequency one will always win. So what happens, let's say when you have a cup of ice and you pour boiling water over it, very soon it's going to turn into warm water. It's going to melt the ice very fast. So the ice represents the lower vibration of your past, right? Let's say, oh, I have a relationship issue and I'm out of money and I know I need to do this thing to get to the next level, but it's so hard because I'm feeling all this stuff, right? You're feeling your past. It's an echo of the past. And your relationships and your bank account is a reflection of your perspectives from the past. So what if you decided to, even though you're feeling this, just practice it? Because, right, lifting weights is hard. But what happens when you keep doing it? You get better, you get stronger every single day that you do it, right? Oh, we got a little visitor. Hello, hello. So Kitty is reminding you that it can be easy too when you just take a few minutes a day and you breathe. Like, what was the first thing we did? We just imagined one thing we're grateful for from the past. Now the same is, what are you grateful for in the future? Because your brain doesn't know the difference, and your frequency is now magnetizing that more and more, and you're shifting your stream. Because when you're in a hard situation, your mind is doing what? It's focusing, right? And you're feeding that garden over and over again of, okay, this is wrong, and my husband is doing this, and I don't have money, and I said I would work out, and I'm not working out, right? So every time you do that, what happens? You're going deeper into that stream. The good news is you can shift to a different stream, a different vortex of energy very fast when you just keep breaking the pattern and be like, remember, right, what are 5 things I love about myself? What are 5 things I did right today? Every time you do that, you're shifting to the stream. You're moving the rudder into the stream of infinite possibilities, of love, of abundance, right? And so you can shift out of that really fast. And so this is really a gym for your soul. This whole program is designed to help you get buff with all the different universal laws and shed the fat of your past, of the stories that you don't need to re-experience over and over again, right? The only reason we do that, right, which is happening to almost all of us until we shift, is because it's just showing us, okay, when are you done, right? When are you done? And prioritize yourself first. It all comes from within, right? But sometimes we prioritize things outside of us first, like our partner or even business, because we think we need money to get to somewhere else. But when we first prioritize our frequency, everything else comes from that, right? When we focus on the root and watering the root of the tree, the branches grow beautiful flowers and leaves and fruit. Does polarity and non-polarity work if we do or did something bad, opposed to when something bad happened to us? Well, remember, right, when we really transcend polarity, there is no good and bad. So let's say you did something bad to someone else, right? Let's say you said something that was mean and it hurt them, right? That's a lesson for both of you because you both called in that lesson, and sometimes pain is needed for growth. So when we release the judgment on it, we realize the universe is not here to punish us. The universe is just reflecting to us so we can grow. We realize that in a deeper sense, you didn't fully know what you were doing, right? You had pain from your mother maybe and father, and it just keeps going. And so when you remember that, you release the judgment, you reclaim your innocence. And through the eyes of innocence, the eyes of God, the magic happens and you break through these patterns. How about being in a relationship? How do you be in a relationship when you're not? I'm trying to understand what you mean there, but essentially it's, deepening the relationship with yourself. Find out where you're not being friends with parts of yourself or speaking negatively to yourself. And as you do that, your relationships will grow and improve, and new ones will come that are mind-blowingly on a whole different level and paradigm, because they're all reflecting parts and aspects of you. How do I figure out what my soul really needs instead of what I think I want? Well, you want to elevate your soul so you can connect with your soul again. So first of that takes purification, because we're thinking all day. We don't need to think. We don't need our mind to connect with our soul. Our soul is a deeper aspect of us. So some ways is to purify. That might be taking at least a few weeks being plant-based, because those then will raise your frequency and have less grounding to the denser planes so that you can elevate your soul and connect with it. Meditating to clear your mind, right? You got to clean up your life. You got to clean your house, because that is a reflection of your mind being confused and cluttered. So there's a lot of very simple things, like I just said, and there's more advanced rituals that you can do, like the purification ritual we do in the first module, which I love, to really harness the power of the angels and the divine to very rapidly purify you and connect you with your soul. And when you do that, you get that clarity, which is the best part, right? It's not fun when you don't know what's going on. That clarity is so worth it when you can just access and know, like, okay, this is what I'm guided to do next. And this is who I should talk to. And this is what I should do. And until then, do your best to ask for a sign. Listen to your body. You can muscle test it. And those are some ways to start getting on your path. But it's about just trusting, right? It's at the end of the day, it's like, what can go wrong? Just take the next step, be decisive. When you're bold, there's so many times when I was almost out of money, but I'm like, I need to go do this retreat or do this thing. And then that action, then more abundance came in right away because I was decisive. So whatever it is your intuition is telling you, even if you have like a little glimpse of it, you don't fully know why, take the action, and that's going to tell the universe, oh, I'm abundant, I'm trusting, I'm going to give you more of that. I love that. Someone just said, how do we make sure we're on a divine path? And then the sticker came up, create. And that's it, right? We are creators. So we're meant to create it. We're not meant to be slaves and being told what to do, right? But through our soul, create. What wants to be created in you? What is it? Who are you that you want to be? It's your choice, right? It doesn't matter what your past was or what your parents told you or your culture. You are the architect of your reality. And this is what it's all about. And we help you if you want to show you the different colors and different paintbrushes, so you can start using different frequencies on yourself and in your reality to start creating in a more beautiful way, which is so beautiful and fun. Someone asked about bonuses. Yes. So everyone in the next few days who signs up will get the, all the bonuses we mentioned. And in the next few days, we have a few left of the one-on-one private sessions with our amazing practitioners, and also a month in our whole academy. We can have access to all of our classes, including the Quest, which is the first class I made, where you learn to remote view the future and channel and draw a treasure map of your future, which is what saved my life years ago and brought me on this path. There's a lot of goodies there. And yeah, if you signed up people are asking, like, if you signed up a few days ago, you still get all the new stuff. Anything that is new If you're an old student, we're going to give you that also. So everyone's going to be upgraded together. We're all in this together. Someone's asking about retreats outside the US. I really want to come to Europe. I have so many people in Europe. So let's find a little chateau somewhere and do a retreat. Let me know if you have a group together too. That would help me come out if you already have a group of people. And I definitely plan on coming there soon. You can do all of this yourself, someone's asking. And I also have a lot of free classes online, so you can start there. I have an inner child rewiring class on YouTube you can watch for that. So Ra is starting, I believe, in about 10 to 12 days. We're gonna share the exact time soon. We're just taking a poll to see when everyone can start and what the best time is for the different courses. But essentially, about in a week and a half, we're gonna start. And I'm just super, super excited to have a lot of you join. I can feel the energy just mounting, and really, really just in awe at the miracles that happen when you align with the universe. And I'm just so excited to share that with you. Someone's asking about the retreat. The retreat's a whole different set of content, and it's a lot of exercises and games and experiential things to really unlock you and give you multiple breakthroughs. It's literally like a metaphysical makeover where you leave, you look totally different when you leave. And we make sure of that because whatever you're holding on to, we're going to support you with. So that's just like a breakthrough in itself. And we do have a really special discount if you want to join both, or have multiple things. Just talk to us and we'll give you a really special discount for that. All right, just seeing a last few quick messages. A lot of breakthroughs people are having. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, you'll get the bonuses if you're asking. How do you know the difference between intuition and ego? Well, it's a different frequency. When you clear yourself enough, you have that knowing, you just know something, right? And then the ego is just like, it feels like fear sometimes, or it feels like weird. And, it's a grosser sensation. And so, but everyone's different, right? Some people get a ringing in their left ear when they have a message. So it's also about just being more mindful and aware of when you get intuition, and then seeing if it's true, seeing what happens, and then being like, oh yeah, this is the frequency that happened when I know something, right? So that's it. But a lot of it just comes from meditating and purification. That's why we do that first, because I want to teach you all the cool wizard manifestation stuff, but you need to just do a deep multidimensional purification. And it's a lot of people's favorite module because it's really magical. It's not just boring, but it does require some work, but you feel better right away every time you clear some of the clutter in your life and some of the energies. And a lot of it's just other people's energies that we think are ours. As soon as it's gone, you're like, oh, wow, I thought I had ADD, but I was just picking up energies of everyone all the day. And I just didn't know how to handle my energy, right? So there's just so much to go through, which I really love, because I wish everyone knew this, right? It's just a lot of people struggle with this, especially empaths and people that are sensitive to energy, right? Like a lot of us. I just discovered my inner child was abused, and I had the feeling I had to listen to her and heal her first before putting one step forward. So long working against her. Yeah, that's beautiful share. It's, we get realizations, things come up from the past, and when they do, it's the perfect time to go into it, right? That's just showing you like, okay, it came up right now because it's time to look at it and love it. And we can talk to our inner child. We could change the memories of the past, which changes our whole timeline of the future. And that's something we go into in the first few modules as well, which I really love. You've got to get to Ireland. I love Ireland. I had such a good time there. I went to Beltane. And there was a big festival there a few years ago. And I just landed and I asked God for a sign. I'm like, I want a sign. I just went through a little initiation period. And I was like, I want a sign to remind me that everything's amazing. And then they ended up lighting my torch first. And there was all these like famous Irish people there and different leaders. And I was kind of like a nobody that was just popped up. And they literally lit my torch. And then I lit a few torches and they lit all these torches. And then, so from my torch, thousands of torches were lit at night to start the whole festival. And I was like, okay, that's a pretty cool sign. So remember, like when you need a reminder that you are loved, that you are divine, that you are guided and supported, then ask for it. And the way to ask for it is just to ask for it in the present tense, like feeling like it's done. It's like God, universe, great spirit, whatever you want to call it. It's like, just remind me that I'm loved. Show me a sign that I can understand, right? And it can come in your dreams, it can come as an animal, it can come as a synchronicity or even a little glitch to show you like, oh, wow, like something's happening. So remember that you can do that anytime. Good to hear from you, Melinda, Moira, and all of these amazing past students that are some of the coolest people. I appreciate all of their shares. Someone's from Indonesia. I love Indonesia. I've actually been to Bali and Java, and I've studied with masters in both islands. In Indonesia, in Java, I stayed for a month with someone that could literally teleport, and he materialized crystals out of thin air and did all sorts of cool stuff. And he taught me a lot. So that's also something, you know, I'm going to be sharing some of the wisdom from that in this course. And we're opening up to for people to train with him to learn his energy moves. Again, we did one first class a few months ago, which went amazing. So stay in tune, because if you're not on our email list, just email us info@dreamporting.com, because we always have some goodies like that open up sometimes, because you got to go to the jungle to meet this guy and find him. He didn't have a website, and now you can actually learn from him online, which is really beautiful to share that ancient wisdom. Deb says the one-on-one coaching has been phenomenal for my growth. Yeah, that's why we include it. I'm so grateful that you had a lot of value from that, because we can really quickly find whatever the block or the paradigm is and help alchemize it. So we're here for you, and we're excited to really get to know a lot of you more and really support you, because this is really like a VIP experience. We really put a lot of love into it, and I've learned so much in the past year from leading thousands of people through these courses. And right now we're going to be making a much more intimate group for this course, and we're redoing and upgrading so much of it. We're going to be including more exercises and guidebooks, and just a lot more one-on-one support as well. And, you know, when you're part of this family, you can email us anytime. You can let us know whenever you need something, and we do our best to really support you as much as we can and send you our blessings and guidance. So would love to hold your hand through the next few months, because this is the year to, you know, whatever you decide to do, it's going to be a wild time coming up here soon, right? So it's already kind of wild, but it's a great time to really align with the universe and to get the resources you need to really be sovereign, and to allow yourself to just calm down and have what you need to get to the next level through this transition on the planet. Because we're going to come out of this next few years in a lot better space. You know, a lot of people are like, the world is ending, but it's like, well, this world is ending, but a new one is being born at the same time, right? And this is with the astrology. The astrology doesn't lie. We're going into the golden age. It's happening, and it's going to be a chaotic few years as we do that. And when you're aligned with the universe, though, you don't have to feel that chaos, because some people are living in the dark age right now. Some people are living the golden age right now, and it's based off their frequency and their choice. And when you work out and become strong energetically, then you don't have to be a victim to anything, and it doesn't have to appear in your field, and you'll be guided, and there's nothing to worry about. Julie, if you applied and didn't hear back, please just email us. That might have been a little tech glitch. So just email us info@dreamporting.com, and we'll get back to you right away. Would love to connect with you. I want to dig deep to find the done with mediocre. I'm curious if you have any suggestions for that. There's no big trauma repeating. Well, that's great. You're in a great place. And maybe something will reveal itself later. But, you know, the mediocrity comes from when you're not connected deeper to your soul. That's it. And it could be a variety of things. So it's when you purify yourself and connect deeper to your soul, doesn't mean you have to have a big trauma that you have to heal, right? That's many people. But a lot of times it's just, from living in the society, it slowly chips away at our soul and disconnects us. And sometimes we have all these leaks in our energy fields, which drain our energy. And then you're like, of course, you're just experiencing mediocrity, right? So that's a great question. And I feel like you can experience a lot of upgrades in the first module just from that, because we really help realign your whole energy field. And we also do some live life force activation sessions. So this is a Kundalini awakening experience that's sent remotely to you to activate your own life force. So we do some of those throughout the course. to activate your life force. And your life force is the key to your superpowers, to your gifts, to your genius. And, you know, the retreat in my house here is also designed to awaken your genius in a very deep way as well. So those are a couple options. Someone's asking, can I book a call with your kitty? Well, we actually have it's my sister's cat, and we have a little contest right now. So if you feel called to vote for the best kitty, this is our kitty, then just go on my Instagram story and you can vote. That would be really appreciated if you like the kitty, because then my sister can win a big prize. And she's also going to be facilitating at the retreat. She's an amazing healer, bodywork, a sound therapist, breath work, Jedi, and so much more. So get to meet the whole family and the kitties. Some flashes of past things are coming to some people. How can I move through these thoughts quickly to move forward with my day in action? Well, it's up to you. You can put it to the side if you want, or you can face it and go deeper into it now and just ask, like, what do I need to see? What do I need to love? What do I need to remind my inner child, so that you can let go of whatever trauma and belief is still attached, which is creating a frequency, and you're going to be pulling it into your life no matter what if you don't look at it, right? So there's no wrong or right. You can be like, okay, well, I need to just work now, write it down and go back to it later, or take a few more minutes and go into it. But either way, it's going to be really valuable to do that. Someone's asking about a coupon code. We have bonuses right now. And if you get multiple things like our certification, our retreat, and the raw, or we also have magic potions and pendants. So, you know, it's really up to you what kind of magical wizard shopping spree you want to go on. We have funding where you can literally get like huge one-on-one coaching with me and private days with me, and still just pay a very small amount a month, because you can apply for funding for the whole thing, even if you don't have amazing credit, even if you have like just mediocre credit. So just best way is just to reach out to us and tell us what you're interested in, or get on a free call, and then we'll be able to support you and create a custom discount for you. I'm a completely different person since Rapid Awakening. Thank you, Maura, for saying that. Yeah, it's beautiful to see your transformation, and excited to keep seeing you on the calls. You know, a lot of us, we just keep meeting because I come on once or twice a month for that lifetime of sessions. And like the people know that are on, usually we get through everyone. You know, it's not like there's thousands of people on the call. It's often like 30 or so. And usually we were able to support everyone. If not, then we talk to you the next time. So it's a way to just really get lifetime support by signing up here, because once you know the universal laws, I'm like, okay, like you're not going to need as much support. I'm not worried about it. You know, things still come up, but now you have that and you're going to have a much better life. So that's why we include that, because now we can just keep supporting you forever, right? As long as the internet's up and we're alive, it's we're going to be some magic happening. In which course are the one-on-ones included? Someone's asking. So we're including a bonus now for one-on-ones for Raw. But if you already signed up, we'll make sure we'll give you one. So just email us, Pascal, and we'll allow you to book a one-on-one session as part of that. And what I mean also, the one-on-one is we have 24 live calls over the next 3 months when we start. So we give you one-on-one laser sessions in that container as well. So that means you just raise your hand and we'll call on you, and you just share whatever you need, and we can channel information, we can guide you through a process. It just depends what you need and comes through. And usually people go through multiple rounds of that throughout the 3 months, and then you can keep doing that for life on those similar calls. Beautiful. Yeah, so please reach out to us if you have any questions. The bonuses, we are almost full up for the one-on-one sessions that you do privately outside. So if you do want that, go ahead and at least book a call or sign up or put a deposit down. Email us if you have questions. I know there's probably a lot of questions you have, or you might be interested in other things too, or you might thinking like, maybe I'll just come to the retreat or something like that. So just reach out and ask us questions. We're happy to answer them. We have an amazing team here. Taylor can answer a lot of questions. She's running a lot of the logistics here and also does sessions. And then we have some amazing students that have taken all the courses that can guide you and also even give you a few minutes of magic and coaching or healing on the calls. And those are free. If you have questions and you just want to figure out what the best program is for you or work out a payment plan. So really, really excited to see you all. Loving all the people from around the world sharing their gifts. And I know there's a lot more questions about manifesting, but a lot of it's just nuanced, and I really want to, we have a lot to talk about and share. So we'll definitely do some occasional free calls like this. And this is just a little taste of what's possible. But I'd love for you to just reach out and just let us know more of what you need, and we'll be able to answer more of your questions soon here. So thank you so much for coming, for joining. I love you all so much. From around the world. It's so good connecting with all of you. Thank you so much for taking the time. And remember to go back through your notes. We'll send you the recording of this soon if you want to go through it again. And really excited to see a lot of you and joining our mystery school here for a lot of deeper dives on all of this. Much love, many blessings, and I'll see you all soon. Aloha. Lots